can do my hair.
Can y'all hear it? Y'all, we good. We good. Hey y'all, we are so excited to be back. Toya
Hey,
and K
y'all.
Marie. This is Toya. I'm K Marie, in case you didn't know. We're excited about tonight. We wanted to do something a little different tonight since we're winding down towards the end. We have so many different people to ask us to talk about so many different things, and we've been focusing basically every topic we dedicate an entire hour to talk about it. So today we're going to try to squeeze in at least three.
Yeah.
At least three, because we want to make sure that nobody feels left out and nobody feels like we're skipping over what you want to talk about. Everything is equally as important and special and precious to us. So we are going to try to tackle three different messages / emails that we have received of things to talk about or discuss or questions that people have asked. And again, we want you to know that we are really appreciative of your comments and your questions and everything while the show is going on. We appreciate it because not only like we received the email that some of the things that were said have helped a certain person. We also received the email a message actually, that something that you said, one of our family members said, a lady actually screenshotted and was like, this right here is what really helped me. So it's not just so much about what we're saying, it's about what we all are saying to help one another. So everybody is equally as important. Keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting. We feed off of you. And we're going to go ahead and dive in because we got to knock out three. I promise you we're going to knock out three today. I'm not kidding. So let's go. You ready, Toya?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So first, this first message that I received personally is kind of dear to me. So I might be a little biased here, but I'm gonna read the message that the lady sent to me, and we definitely need your comments because I feel like I'm gonna be biased. But we definitely need your comments, and more than anything, we would actually like a male perspective and a female perspective on this. So I'm gonna shoot it out there, and we'll get started. Okay, so the message says, a guy asked me, why do women spend so much money on makeup, hair, lashes, and a lot of fake stuff, and spending money to have surgeries on our bodies to look like everybody else? We should just be natural. He said that men don't like their ladies to have all of their makeup and weave. I just threw this at my coworkers, and they had a lot to say. I wonder how you all feel. Well, I'm gonna start this one off because this is hey Dominique, hey mama, hey everybody, share. I'm gonna start this one off because there are a lot of different reasons why women wear weave and makeup and fake lashes and all of those types of things. To each his own. You know, I can't say that anybody is more acceptable or unacceptable, but for me personally, I feel like it's enhancement. Not saying that, you know, I don't feel like I'm beautiful without it, without the weave or without the makeup, but it's just my personal preference, right? Growing up, I watched my mom. My mom has always been a makeup wearer. This is before all the highlighting and everything. Like, my mom has always wore makeup. That was just what she did, and I watched her. So my mom, of course, your mom is your first role model.
Right.
And my mom, she wouldn't leave the house without putting a get up on, and that kind of spilled over into me. I think that it's more of an enhancement. I'm not going to say I got to beat my face every time I go out the door, but I at least got to have my eyebrows drawn on or something, whatever. But
now I'm laughing at Dominique, though.
Oh, we're going to get to Dominique in just a second. Hey, Rita. But yeah, so I don't see the issue with a woman wanting to enhance herself with makeup and extra pieces of hair on her head. About the comment that men don't like their women to wear makeup and weave. Um, it's kind of funny because so many married people wear makeup and weave, or so many people are in relationships who wear makeup and weave.
I don't think it's all men.
No, but this person specifically said men don't.
Yeah, he said. I mean, they said all men, but I mean, I don't. It's not all men because Steve is fine if I wear makeup. He's fine if I don't wear makeup. So I mean, it's not all men that have a problem with their girl or wife.
But we can't negate the fact that there is so many different reasons. Like you can't look over a person's personality and heart because they wear makeup. I mean, you can have a person, and don't get me wrong, I think natural is beautiful. If you're comfortable without makeup, without weave, without extra lashes, without all this enhancement, that's fine. That's beautiful. I think natural is beautiful. Like, it's beautiful. However, I don't think that I should be prejudged as to I don't want to have dealings with her because she's a makeup wearer or because she wear extra hair on her head, whatever. So I think that statement was very unfair. You asked for our opinion on that comment, and I don't feel like that's the truth. I feel like that was his personal
opinion because like I said, every man don't have a problem with their girl wearing makeup. I mean, he just got to find him one that's all natural and
go on. But I think he made it such a big deal to her.
Right.
That why y'all gotta do this and do this and do this. As far as Dominique says, "Sir, I'm going to buy me a flat stomach and this to make me happy, and I love wearing makeup. It brings me joy." I guess he wants a plain Jane. Dominique, I agree. So I mean, some people like plain Janes. I can't knock that. But on that note, I feel like personally, if you have the money and you have the means to go and get your reconstructive surgery, that's your grown adult business. I mean, I can't really say that I don't agree or disagree. What do you agree or disagree with it? Like somebody having reconstructive surgery?
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean,
okay.
But I mean, it's people own personal business. If they got the money, they want to do it. That's their business.
But do you think it's something wrong with someone?
I don't think it's nothing wrong with it if that's what they want to do.
I mean, we're trying to answer you like the best way we can without being politically or incorrect or correct. But so to answer your question, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I wear makeup. I love wearing makeup. I think that it's an enhancer. Some people wear it for self-esteem issues, or that their hair may not be manageable,
And I know a whole lot of people that actually literally got actually long hair, like hair for real, and still wear weaves. So, it's a lot of people get it for convenience.
Yeah.
Like, I get braids for convenience when I'm tired of going to the beauty shop every week or trying to save back on some money and go to my daughters and let one of them do my hair, I mean, so it's not really about that it's a must. It's what you want to do, know, and...
I'm interested in... I wish he was on here. I'm interested in knowing...
Because how did he meet her? If she's doing... I'm not... Like, if she was wearing weaves then and makeup then, but now you complaining, or I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, could you, girl, come on, because we need more information than what you gave us. But that's that on that. So again, it is what it is. If you want to beautify yourself, girl, I say go ahead and do it. I don't know if she's interested in this guy or what the reason why she was asking our opinions on it, but if you feel like you want to do whatever you got to do to secure the bag,
but at the same time, you be happy.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Well, if I like to wear weaves, if I want to put on makeup, which I don't, put it on all the time, probably on the weekend when I'm going somewhere or whatever. Yeah. But if I want to do that I'm making me happy. If I'm fine with it, I mean, what do you want? So you just want me to be looking, you know what I'm saying? But some people, they do it because I'm like you said, enhancement. It's not about, like me. I don't got no no eyelashes. No eyelashes. I mean, they thin. I got them. They thin, and I'll go get me some eyelashes from time to time.
Enhancement.
I mean, that's my own personal preference. I mean, it ain't got nothing to do with low self-esteem. I just want to blink a little while. Yeah. No, but seriously, though, I mean, I don't think nothing wrong.
Now, some people may do it because of self-esteem issues, but some people just do it because of enhancement and because that's just something that they want to do. And I say, if you got the money to go and do your body over, then that's your business. You're a whole grown person, and you know the risks and the complications of it. Yeah. Do your thing, and that's that on that. I think we answered what she said to the best of our abilities. So we are going to move forward with our next topic, which is this the privacy? The privacy.
Yeah.
Privacy. All right. So the next one message came through was a lady who was trying to get some insight about privacy within her relationship. And she wanted to know how much is too much privacy, and should you have access to all of your partner's things? You want to start or?
Go ahead.
Personally,
my throat sore. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not talking that much because my throat sore. I don't know. I'm getting sick, so forgive me.
Okay. Personally, to answer that, personally, I just really feel like when you're in a relationship, in a committed relationship, whether it's just a committed relationship or more so marriage, of course, when you take those vows, you say, for better or for worse, all this, and you're becoming, two souls become one. I feel that as human beings, there is a level of privacy that, it's not necessarily privacy, but more of just being an individual than anything. But I feel like once you're married and all of this and all of that, there's no more, it's no more, this is mine, this is yours, kind of becomes ours. That's my opinion as an unmarried person. I'll let the married person speak more so on that. However, I just feel like when it comes to privacy within a relationship, that at that point, it's no more so of, I can't have access to this or I can't have access to that. But then again, that's just my opinion on it. I feel like once you become in a serious relationship or in a serious marriage or whatever, that is, it's you and I, and what's mine is yours, and
right,
what's yours is ours.
I have a lot of people. A lot of people that I know, they have separate bank account. Married, I'm speaking of marital wise. They have separate bank accounts. You pay this bill, I pay that bill, and I just don't think, personally myself, this is just Latoya's opinion, I just don't think it should be, that's your bill, this is my bill. My husband and I, we don't separate bills off. Our bank account is together. We don't, everything is one. Even all the way down to our phones. We don't go rambling and all in each other's phones. But if we have access, if we want to, even on our social medias, we have separate social medias. We have access if we want to. Not that, well, he don't trust me or I don't trust him. We husband and wife. Hey, this is what it is. And hey, Toya, this is what it is. I just don't think that nothing should be separate when it comes to marriage. period. Nothing. Bank account, because that's where a lot of problems come in. Personally, myself, that I have seen with people that I actually, some people that I know with being separate. In a marriage, you're supposed to be as one, and I don't feel like that. Nothing at all should be separate when it comes to marriage. Now, as far as if you're not married, now, yeah, it is to a certain, even if you in a serious relationship, this is just my personal opinion again. Now, I'm not just in a boyfriend, girlfriend, or fiance and, relationship, but I don't feel like that because you're not going to get the full effects of it if you're not married. Now, some people do take that committed relationship where, hey, we in a relationship, this is what it is. Everybody don't just not. But, some people do. And the only thing that Steve and I don't share is his group business. His group business is his group business, and it does not have anything to do with Toya, period. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as when it comes to his group, now we are separate on that because that's none of my business what he and his group has, their personal whatever. It's not my business. So that is the only thing that we does not, we're not one as one on.
Larita said, I need all access to everything. Larita, you know what? And I agree. I feel like you should have access if you should want to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
married or single. I mean, not single, but married or just dating. More
so married. I think when you're just dating, you're still getting to know. It's like I'm still myself, you're still yourself. We still have our separate entities. We still have our separate things going on. But I do believe that once you become in a committed relationship, that there are things that it's no longer a matter of you can hide things. Like, you have to share, okay, I'm going to be here, or I'm going out here with such and such, or, but when it comes to as far as passwords and all of this, I think that comes in marriage. Like, when you take those vows, okay, we got Facebook, here's my password to my Facebook, here's my password to my Instagram, here's my, my email, all this, and I'm just being honest. Now, me personally, do I think I would use that? No. Right now, I don't. But you never know. I feel like I should be able to if I should so please. But, but even in a relationship, like I said, I feel like there's just a level of privacy that is automatically there because you're not married. However, there's the respect. It's all about respect.
Right.
It's all about respect and showing that person, look, I have nothing to hide. I ain't got nothing to hide from you. Hey, Tanisha. What's up, Carrie? I got nothing to hide from you. We're in this thing. It's for real. I'm serious. Now, where the problem comes in at is a lady that I know, she was actually the lady who was talking about this, she believed that her fiance wanted too much of her access to her. Like, he wanted to know all the passwords to everything. He wanted to know all the passwords to her work phone, because she has a work phone. Mm-hmm. He wanted the password to the work phone. He wanted the password to her phone. I mean, he wanted everything. And so at that point, I'm like, is there a cutoff? Is there really a cutoff to how much privacy is as far as human rights, I guess, like just being your own person? That kind of scares me a little bit.
It's all about the both of them. If he does he give her? I mean, was he willing to give her all his stuff?
I mean, I'm assuming she doesn't want that.
She doesn't want him to have all her info.
No, she doesn't want his information. Like, she didn't want his information at all, but he wanted access to hers. So she's like, is it too much? Are we going too far? Da, 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 da. I'm like, yeesh. That's something that we can really get some insight on, because I guess it don't have to be mutual, maybe. I don't know. But hey, Tanisha, what's going on? Tanisha, you married. What do you think? What do you think? Hey, Kendall, you married too. What do you think?
Well, see, we got Chandra, the married thing down pat. You talking about the person that's not married.
No, I'm talking about period. Period. Like, I mean, she's engaged, about to be married to him. And he said that once they get married, they should share all of this stuff. So, she's trying to figure out, is that even
because when you get married, I mean, it's not an I anymore.
But there's nothing that you can't have to yourself. Like,
I mean, but why?
No, I'm just asking.
No, I'm just asking, but why?
So is there anything, like, there's nothing that you can just, like, okay, like you said, Steve's group stuff is his business. You don't get in it. But if you wanted to.
But I wouldn't want to. That has nothing to do with me.
I
The group.
know.
The group has absolutely nothing to do with me. Period. That's his group. That's just like if I had a group. I had a singing group. Our group business has nothing to do with him. You see what I'm saying? As far as our business.
But a lot of things, my phone ain't got nothing to do with you either. But at the same time, you want access to it.
But if we're married, my phone does have something to do with him, and his phone has. It is. I mean, if you was married,
see, I'm not. That's why.
If you was married, you would look at things differently. It's not a mud. Well, you better give me your information, or what have you. I mean, it's just something that some husband and wives will do. Yeah. I mean, some husband and wives will, hey, this is this, that, and the other.
But but should it create a problem? Okay, here's a better question.
Okay.
Should it create a problem in your house if one is willing and wants this information, but one just don't see the point of it? Like, should it create a big old argument, a big problem in your household?
It probably would create a problem within some people but why wouldn't you? I mean, what is it that in the back of anybody? If I'm speaking on marriage, right? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't you? I mean, I'm just asking. Why
know.
Wouldn't you?
I don't know. I mean, just for the sake of, I got my own me. Like, I don't know.
But if you got your own you have to be with your own you. It'll be you. It shouldn't never be. If you marry, it's not you anymore. It's not an I. It's a us as one.
So do you think that necessary? But does that necessarily mean that something is wrong or going on because that person doesn't want to share everything? But that's something
that before you get into a marriage, because when you get into a marriage, it's you one. So before you get into a marriage, those are things that you need to discuss. You know what I'm saying? Instead of jumping into a marriage and don't look at everything, because a marriage, when you, like I said, a lot of people that I know have problems right to this day because they pay their bills separate. They have different bank accounts because one maybe make more different than the other. You know what I'm saying? And where you paying this bill, what I look like saying with Steve, you pay the light bill, I pay this bill, our cell phone bills, or you pay this and I pay that. We married. It ain't no you pay this and I pay that. Whatever, is due. Boom, it's coming out the account regardless who got paid that week. You see what I'm saying? It ain't no.
Well, it can work the other way. Not to put anybody's business out, but my parents, I'm thinking, they had one joint account and they had their own separate bank accounts as well. I don't know why, but that's just how it was. They had their joint account and then they had their own separate bank accounts as well. And they paid whatever they paid. My mom's responsible for this, my dad's responsible for that. I don't think it was a matter of trying to hide anything, but just a matter of they had their own before. Mm-hmm. So when they came into it, they were like, I'm guessing maybe we don't want to cancel our own, but we're going to get something together too. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it can work. It can work that way. It worked for them that way to have their own separate stuff, but they had their accounts together too. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm just afraid that, I don't want anybody to think that it has to be a certain way or another.
Tanisha said, I mean, when it comes to password access, or codes to phones, we share that information. I know his passcodes and so on and vice versa, but I never remember it. But when I ask, it is given and vice versa.
I agree, Tanisha. I feel like if that's what I agree with. Like if you ask for access to it, that it shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't be a fight that's put up. But I just don't necessarily agree that, okay, when we first get married, we're going to write down all the passwords. I just feel like if the time comes up and it's asked that, okay, here you go. We're married. I can give it to you. It's no problem. But I just don't see sitting down at the beginning and saying, let's exchange.
But you know what? I just think that a lot of people, it just depends on even because me and Steve shared passwords and stuff before we even got married. So it just depends on... You know what I'm saying? It depends on you.
Yeah.
It just depends on you. Some folks, might be like, no, you ain't getting my passcode. I mean, I just don't. That's my own privacy, and I don't think you need my passcode because that's my privacy. But I just think when you're married and you're one, it's no I mean, what? You know what I'm saying? Well, I can speak for our house.
But does it have to be?
It's all about what you want as a couple. It can't be. It's a couple. It's not. Everybody's not the same. You see what I'm saying? Where you might say, "Well, no, I don't want to." Where the next couple might say, "Well, yeah, I don't see nothing wrong. Well, I have no problem. You can have mine. I can have yours." Doesn't mean like Tanisha said. Doesn't mean that you will use it because I have all Steve's information. He have all my information, even all the way down to Facebook, all of our stuff. But that don't mean that, well, okay, let me just go on here randomly to see this, that, and the other. Because it's all about trust there as well. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I leave my phone laying around wherever. He leave his phone laying around wherever. I don't pick his phone up just because I know I can and can go in it whenever I get ready because I trust him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really all depends on the people, the communication, what they got. It's not, well, you better give it to me. Well, I don't want to give it to you, and this, that, and the other. It just depends on the people. Some folks want to, like the lady on the thing said, she don't feel like, as far as the privacy. It just depends on the persons.
But do you think it should cause ruckus because do you think that means that it's a deal breaker? Like, I feel like I should give all my information to him, but he feels like we don't have to share that information with one another. Is that a deal breaker?
It will make, I'm sure it will make her feel like, well, why you don't, I keep going back to Mel because I'm not.
I mean, that's what
it will make her feel like, well, okay, what's the problem? What is the reason why you won't? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it just really all depends on that couple, the people, the persons it depends on them.
Yeah. Yeah. My Kindle said, my husband and I have one joint account and our own separate bank accounts, and it works. That's how my parents were. They had a joint account together, and then they each had their separate bank accounts. And it did work, and it's been working all of this time. But
it could have been from, I don't know. It could have been from before time. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm pretty sure, even with Kendall, I'm pretty sure that she had her own bank account. He had his own bank account, and when they got married, because she recently got married, so I'm pretty sure that they got a joint bank account after the marriage, and it's working thus far. So that's a good observation. Tanisha said most definitely about trust, and if that's not there, then some evaluation needs to happen.
Exactly.
I agree with that. Again, as I stated, it's all about having the right to have the access. Having the right to have the access to to it. So, Steve is goofy as I'll get out. Tobias, what's up, Tobias? Dr. Jackson said transparency will often lead to one having more privacy. Sometimes just knowing that you can have access is all people need. And that is how I feel completely. I feel like just knowing that if I ask you for it, that's good enough for me. You know, just knowing that if I ask you for your Facebook password or the password to the code to get into your phone, then I'm going to feel comfortable in knowing, okay, well, he'll give it to me, so, you know, that's good enough, because my goal is not to go into it anyway.
Right, but what if he said, no, you ain't getting my stuff, that's my privacy. No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
What? Of course, then it's gonna be a freaking problem. Because,
see?
Well,
no.
Okay. So then at that point, it's gonna be a problem, because then I'm gonna know, well, why can't I have access to it? But again, like I said up front, you know, that still doesn't make it a deal breaker. I feel like that's a conversation that needs to be had more than anything. Like, okay, I can't have access to your stuff. Why? Let's just sit down and talk about why we can't have access to each other's stuff.
Right.
I don't think that means that he's necessarily cheating or he's necessarily living a different life, which probably 8 times out of 10 it probably is the reason why. But I don't think necessarily that automatically means that it's gonna be a deal breaker or whatever just because I can't have access to your stuff. Like, I don't know. I might even get to the point to where it might be something. I'm not trying to hide anything, but I just want to know, why do you want my information? I don't know. I'm not married.
That ain't got nothing to do with marriage.
I'm not married, but I just feel I'm going back and forth, y'all, because I really feel like you still need to be an individual, but at the same time, if I want access, it's okay. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? Like, am I making sense? Or am I just sounding like a crazy woman? Anyway, like I said, I just feel like, whatever. That's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. I don't think it's a big deal if one person doesn't want to. I just feel like it's just a conversation that needs to be had.
And after the conversation that you had with him, and he still tell you no, then what?
Then,
is it a deal breaker, or you just gonna say, okay?
It depends on what point we're at.
But you said, God, wait.
It depends on what point we're at. It depends on what point. If we're serious, and
if you serious, if y'all are serious, and like really serious, and this is your guy.
Yeah.
And you ask him, hey, boo. Can I, have your information with serious? You said me and you, it's just us. Ain't no turning back. It's just us. Can I get your, passcode on it? I mean, you can have mine. I have nothing to hide. And he look at you and say, Kayla, no. That's my privacy. This is my phone.
Okay, I understand that, because there could be some stuff that you're hiding and all this and all of that. But let me ask you.
No,
I'm just saying I can understand that. But let me ask you this: the bank information. Okay.
Now, if you're not mad, I mean, people will do it, but I just don't fit. Now, me and Steve didn't have our account together until after we got married.
Okay.
I mean, some people does. I mean, it just depends on the person. Some people in a relationship and been living together for 10 years and have a, joint account and not married. But we didn't have one joint until we got married.
So do you think it's a problem if that person doesn't want to share their bank account information within the relationship?
I mean,
I
feel like
I'm gonna be personally honest.
Just being honest, I wouldn't if we're not married. You can.
Okay. I'm not married, but I feel that once I am, you can have every password that you want. I'm not doing anything. You can have any password that you want, whatever. You can have access to my life. But I just really feel like my bank account, my personal bank account, if we have a joint
married,
yeah.
Okay. You feel like that when you're married, hold up.
Okay.
When you married, your own, okay, y'all can have
Jail, help us out, Jail.
Y'all can only have, okay, you will have a joint, you and your husband will have a joint account together, right? Mm-hmm. But you got your own separate bank account over here. Mm-hmm. You just don't feel like he should have access at all.
No.
That's what I'm at. Well, what did you just say?
No, I'm saying if we first get to that point, like we're getting married, whatever.
Is y'all married or you're not? I'm trying to understand.
Either way.
No, I'm saying
okay.
It's a difference. Okay. You can't say either way. It's a
we're
difference.
Married.
Okay, go on.
We're married. We got our account together.
Okay.
And we got our separate accounts.
Okay.
My separate account is my separate account.
Okay.
Your separate account is your separate account. But the account that we have together, we share information on. Is there a problem with me not wanting him to be able to have access to go and get money in and out of my account without, my permission, having just full access to my bank account, or and vice versa, me having full access to his bank account?
I mean, I'm just.
It's already separate.
I mean, it's separate because of y'all, wanting to be separate. I just feel like in a marriage, nothing shouldn't be branched off. In a marriage, even though you got your own side bank account, he got his own side bank account. But I just feel like that, this is my opinion. If Steve had a side bank account, or if I had, and vice versa, if I had a side bank account, I just still feel like that he could have access to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could have access to him. If we in a marriage, I don't feel like that he'll just go rob me blind on my little side bank account. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that nothing should be separate. You know what I'm saying? As far as, this is mine and this is yours. It shouldn't be, that's yours, this mine. I'm not going to touch yours. You're not going to touch mine. The only thing we're going to touch is what's in the middle. That's ours together. That's it. Yeah. I just don't, it's not, when you in a marriage.
I'm not saying that you can't have access to it, but you got to ask me my permission before you go in my bank account.
He can't go in your bank account unless you give him access to it.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like it's okay if I grant you permission. Okay, if he says, baby, I need to get some gas and I don't get paid till tomorrow. Let me get the car. Cool. I'll give you my car and you can get some gas and go on about your day. However, I don't feel like you should have my car, another card or another way to access my account.
If y'all doing it like that, he got his own bank account over here. You got your own bank account over here. He probably, if he got money in his own account, it ain't gonna make sense for him to dip in your account.
If he don't have the money, what
if he ain't got the money? So y'all ain't gonna have no money in your joint account. I'm trying to understand, cause I done got confused over here. No, I'm serious though. So ain't nobody got no money but you over here. No,
don't act like it don't happen.
No,
don't act like it don't happen.
No,
now.
I'm serious now. If out of 3 accounts, if y'all ain't got no money but that one, y'all might well get a joint account and that one darn account. Cause ain't no sense of having 3 if you can't keep none and 2.
Listen, you're going too far doing it. See, this is what happens when you sit beside a thinker.
I'm trying to understand.
No,
you know I think as we going.
Okay, cool. Okay. What I'm saying is, if there is a case where he don't have no money in his bank account, his own account,
and y'all ain't got none in the middle account,
we ain't got none in the middle account.
Y'all need to shut both of them accounts down. Cause if y'all just got 3 whole accounts and 2 of them ain't got nothing, y'all might want to join and just make it do what it do on one account.
But sometimes,
that's sad though.
Listen, okay, but you can't judge nobody's situation. You can't judge nobody's situation. Okay, we got this. Okay, just say this account in the middle is just a savings account. I don't know. It's a savings account. We don't want to touch our savings.
So where the bills gonna come out of?
The bills are coming out. I don't know. You going too far. You're going too far. You're going too far. Let me read the comments because I'm going to think about it.
Lord, she hope all the bills paid. Dominic, you right about it because some going to get cut off. A lot of some going to get cut off, Dominic.
Tanisha said, I feel you should still be able to have your own bank account when married. I agree. I mean, to each his own. Like she said, whatever works within your relationship is what works within your relationship.
And then, let me say this.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I just don't. Now, I'm just saying for me and my house.
She crazy, Kim.
For me and my house now. I wish Steve would come saying, Toya, can I go buy this? Or I said, Steve, this is our account. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't talking about no side account, because we don't have side accounts. But
I ain't asking for nothing. I'm gonna go burn that card up.
That's coming from
y'all do what y'all want to do. I ain't asking for nothing.
I just don't feel like husband. If it's there, because if it's there, you know, you'll know how far to go and this, that, and the other. But if it's there, what it look like? I'm saying, well, Steve, can I go buy this dress? Or Noonie, can I go do this? And this
okay, I'm glad you said that.
It's our money.
So if there is if you only have one account,
right?
It's a joint account,
right?
You're not supposed to share with that person what you purchasing out that account.
We see it. If the money is there.
Okay, but I'm saying,
hold on. Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't. If I go to the mall tomorrow, I see this dress or whatever I might want to buy. I'm the type of person. Now, this is me. I always have been me. Our bills is gonna be paid before I go splurging on whatever.
Of course.
So, if it's a dress or whatever I see at the mall, I'm not finna get on my phone. Steve, I see this dress and can I buy it? No.
Not necessarily.
If it's there, if it's there, I'm gonna purchase it. Vice versa. If Steve out somewhere, it's our money. We don't have to ask each other we gonna see it.
So do you take account of who put more money in there or
we
not?
We don't do that.
Okay.
Okay. We don't do that. His check go direct deposit to our account. My check go direct deposit to our account. Whatever else extra on the side money go to the account. We don't go by, well, I make more than you or you got paid more than me. You know, we don't. Because you have a lot of people that do that. You know, well, I get paid more than you. This is my money. Well, I still got so and so. We don't do that.
Tobias said people don't teach oneness in marriage anymore. Nowadays, people are more concerned with their exit strategy, and that is so true. Joint accounts and separate accounts can work, but you must maintain transparency with the separate accounts. And I agree to an extent. I'm going to always be the culprit here.
See that? I ain't see.
It's right here. I agree. But I still feel like I don't want you in my own private account. If it's a reason why we have a separate account. But there's a reason why our monies are separated and put together.
But some people already, like a lot of people have a separate account already before, probably even before relationships. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
it's not about, now if you saying that it's a reason that we got our own separate accounts, maybe your mind probably, hung up on, well,
like he just said, he just said it. People go in with an exit strategy, and that's the truth. You start planning before it even happens. Okay, if it don't work, I'm straight. But
you shouldn't think like. You know
I agree.
Oh, this is gonna work. You speak. You know, it is what you speak. You know what I'm talking about. I wouldn't. You know, you shouldn't go in thinking that, well, it might not work. So I'm gonna put me some coins back to the side. So if he leave me today, I'm good. And a lot of people do think like that, and that's where a lot of people do think like that. But like I said, it does not. When you're married, and like I said, a lot of people have separate accounts already before the relationship. On off until when you in a relationship and get married. Some people have accounts, even savings accounts, especially saving for their children. They have children or whatever before the relationship. So I can understand that, but all I'm saying is that when you get married, I just don't think that it should be, this is mine and you're not touching it, or that's yours, I won't touch it, but we will build something together. You know what I'm saying?
Or not necessarily you can't touch it, but I want to know if you touch it. Like
that, you gonna know, because they can't touch it unless you give them access, Kayla.
That's why I'm not giving you a card of your own or a checkbook of your own to my own account. You gotta come through me.
You get married.
So then, let me ask you this. So then, do you not believe in prenuptial agreements?
No.
In no shape, form, or fashion.
Me, I wouldn't. You know, I wouldn't, because I just feel this way. If you love me, you love me. I mean, and if it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. But I'm not going in where just because he got money, I'm going, well, she might want me for my money. You know what I'm saying? Or he might want me for my money. I mean, some people do, but I'm just speaking of me. I can only speak for me. I wouldn't.
So for us, I understand that. But do you think it's not a smart gesture for people who are like super rich, of high celebrity status?
If I was super rich, I don't know, because I can't answer that because I'm not rich. And I mean, if you marrying somebody, I don't know. I'm just speaking of me. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be saying, well, I got more money than you, so you coming in with really barely none, and I got all the money, so I want you to sign a prenup just in case we don't make it. You know, that's just me.
Again, I ain't trying to
be.
You
just ain't getting married. That's just it.
I am.
Kayla Marie is not getting married. She gonna be a Williams.
You just said you speaking.
She gonna be a Williams all her life. You got. Let me let
Did she just say you have to speak stuff? Look at what she's speaking over my life. She's speaking simply as well.
I know you can't have no be like that with your husband, Kayla.
All I'm saying is, if I'm rich, I'm not rich, so I wouldn't want to do this. But if I were,
gonna get rich though.
I am. I'm on my way. What y'all don't know, watch out.
You gonna have your husband sign a prenup?
He maybe.
Why?
Protecting my assets. People are crazy. Look at the stats, okay? Look at marriage rates versus divorce rates.
Because you know why marriage rates versus divorce rates? Because don't nobody want to make it work. It, like the dude just said, it's so easy. Everybody going in it for exit. That's why it don't work.
But the facts still remain the same.
But that's why, because one sign of trouble. Hey, I'm out of here. Divorce court. I mean, a lot of people, they don't want to work through it no more. So that's why it's marriage versus divorce right now.
So, and it, which is true, and I completely agree. But even at that rate, you know, I just feel like it's a level of protecting yourself, because you don't know. I mean,
it's a level of but why get married if you gonna be on the edge and thinking that?
Because you don't want to be single, because you don't want to live in sin, but you want to have sex, because you don't want to be shacking.
But don't get married. But don't get married just not to be single. Don't check just not to be single. If you're gonna get married and be with somebody,
but marriage is the right thing to do.
No. Listen, the right thing to do. You saying marriage is the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
That's true. Marriage is the right thing to do, but make sure that it's what the both of you want to do. Don't get married just because it's the right thing to do.
But a lot of people do get married because it's the right thing to do, and they believe that, because, and just being honest,
and that's that's another reason why that people can give up on marriage so quick at the first sign of trouble, because you really just went into it. You really just went into it because it was the right thing to do. So that's why it's so easy when the first sign of trouble comes in your home, that you can just give it all up and just go on by your business, because you never went into it for the real reason. You just went into it for the right reason.
Yeah. So then there lies a problem within our church, right? Because our church teaches us to get married because it's the right thing to do. You want to live right and live holy in the eyesight of God and all this and all of that.
I can't blame it on the church.
I'm not blaming the church, but I'm saying, but you can't act like it's not preached.
It's the right thing to do, but the church not telling you, well, get married because it's the right thing to do.
Some churches are telling you that.
Well, my church, Mount Olive, Somerville, Pastor George Hester is not telling you to get married because it's the right thing to do. You have to love. Pastor always teach about love.
Yeah, he does.
He do. I gotta give it to him. He teach about love. So you, if you love somebody and they love you, and because it don't take a million years for a person to know that they really want to spend the rest of their life with you.
That's true.
And so you hurt yourself because when you shed or when you just jump into a marriage just because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. And
that's how come it's so many overturns on marriages, because it was the right thing to do, but it wasn't you weren't going in for the real reason, just for the right reason. So, I mean, you might well be single. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go in it and really just because you just in it just because, well, I don't want to go to hell, or I don't want to, God to punish me just because we shacking, or just because we having sex and not married. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean...
But you can't overlook the fact that... I mean, I understand that Mount Olive doesn't teach that.
See, I don't go nowhere else to know what the...
All nations don't teach that. I can speak on behalf of those two.
Who teaches
but,
it?
Cuz, don't act like that.
I'm just saying, I don't
You always
know
go so specific. Like, you've never heard the older saints say, you need to give me... I hear this all the time. Even, listen to me, and this is real talk, and I'm going to be honest with you. When I got pregnant... It was, for some people, it was like, okay, so when you get married. Even some of my aunts, like, okay, so y'all get married? No, I'm not finna marry him just because we got having a baby together. But a lot of people, they preach that, okay, if you're going to be having sex, you need to be married. They never asked me, did I love him? Did I like him? Nothing. It was, you pregnant? Okay, so y'all get married. It's automatically there for a lot of, just being honest.
I guess there's some of them, because my grandmama never, and my great-grandmama, they never pushed that on, and I got pregnant when I was 17. And I was never pushed it, well, you pregnant, and my son's father was not married, didn't have anyone at that time. Well, had a lot of somebody as a player probably, I think, something like that, But, but they never forced, well, you pregnant, you need to get married, this, that, and the other, or what have you. I didn't have, I didn't have that, so I don't know, as far as that. But you do have a lot of older saints that will say they don't know if they feel like that, well, you living together and y'all say y'all love each other. Why aren't y'all married? Why aren't y'all, married? I've heard that if you're living together. Or,
they say but it's better to marry than to burn and all
as far as just getting pregnant or just dating somebody, I really never heard. But as far as living together, now I have heard older people like, you shacking, you're not, you say y'all together, y'all in a relationship, y'all been together for umpteen years. Are y'all ever gonna get married? Are y'all gonna get married now? But, hey.
Eric said, get married because that's the person God has for you. And I completely agree with that, Eric. But and that's what I was just saying, that a lot of, and I'm saying church people because these are the people that I'm around the most, right? A lot of people really do have a misconception of that. And I can speak on behalf of a situation that I was in with an ex of mine. Like, we were in a real relationship. And before we got together, he was married or whatever, and he stated that I married her because, he had just found God, and people in the church were telling him, well, it's better to marry than to burn, and, he had all these sexual desires for her, and she was like a preacher or something or whatever, and, he just felt like, I'm just being honest. It's real talk. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And so, that's the reason why, not the only reason. I'm pretty sure he loved her, too. But at the same time, it's like...
But see, what the difference is? People told him.
Yeah.
He didn't listen to God. So you can't let people send you out. That's why I have.
Exactly. That's my whole.
That's the thing. When people tell you, you can't let people tell you nothing. Where you need to do this and you need to do that. I mean, when you do something, do it because God put His stamp of approval on it. Because as you see, it didn't work right only because he was led by people. Mm-hmm. He wasn't led by what God told him to do. So you can't go by, well, they're just like a whole lot of people boost people head up. You know you gonna preach or you know stuff like that. People will send you out.
Yes, people
will send you out, and you be looking crazy because God will shame you. He will really shame you and show you up. So you can't sit up there and go on what people telling you.
Let me ask you something. This is way off subject, y'all. We're talking about privacy within relationships. Should you have separate bank accounts or joint bank accounts? Should you have access to all of your partner's emails and all? This is what we're talking about for the people who just came in, but we have a tendency to venture off into other things.
Yeah. Hey, Pastor Tate and Lady Tate.
Hey, y'all. So ultimately, because we were talking about what people would do and what people would put together, my coworker asked me today, literally, she said, I wonder how do you really know if God sent someone for you? Like, and she was saying, I ask my husband every night, I wonder, like, do we know that God sent us to be together, or we just happy for the moment? Like, so is there a way to really know that this is my God sent person that's supposed to be with? Like, how did you know that?
You have to pray. And you have to honestly pray, and you have to have a relationship with God, and He reveals whatever to you. You have to because if you have to have a relation, like I said, you have to have a relationship with Him. God will reveal, and He always send confirmation. You know that He always gonna send confirmation through. However, He always gonna send His confirmation, and you'll know.
Yeah. I just threw that in there because she asked the question earlier, and she's probably going to watch this tomorrow. Tanisha said, I'm going to speak on a previous topic. As a married woman, I don't feel that when you get married, you should lose your personal identity and forget who you are because you become one. Then again, communication is key, and it's all about what the couple agrees upon. And Tanisha, I can say that I actually 100% agree with that. I don't feel like you have to lose who you are just to say I'm one or I'm sharing this with this person that I love. I still think that you are still you. You still are your own person. You still have your own space.
I'm still my own Toya. The only thing changed about Toya is her last name. That's it.
And your bank account.
I'm still. It got bigger because it's joint.
And your bank account.
It got bigger because it's joint. So you don't lose I haven't lost my identity being that I'm married and Steve and I share everything together, because like I said, in a marriage, you go from a I, my, to us. We won. So I haven't lost my identity. I'm still my own self. The only thing changed is my last name, and the only other thing changed is the bank account just got bigger because we joined now. It's not one bank account. It's together. So, you don't, just because you're married and you join, whatever, you still have your own identity.
But ultimately, she said the communication is key, and it's all about what the couple agrees upon. But I just can't help but ask that question, like, what if the communication ain't like? What if one person, I love you so much, we are in love with one another, but now we're in this marriage counseling because we're about to get married, and the pastor just told us, what do y'all feel about sharing y'all bank accounts, and one feels one way and one feels another way? Like, is that...
It depends on the couple. Like Tanisha said, it just depends on...
But I'm saying I'm in the couple. It's me and him.
And right.
And he wants all my stuff, but I don't want all his stuff. But we're in love.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me turn to this side.
You just
said earlier.
I'm just trying to Think of all the angles here.
No. You said, okay. You just said earlier that if you ask him, hey, babe, can I get your password to your Facebook?
And he should say, yeah, and
no, listen. Hold on. He said, no, Kayla, you can't have it. You said I don't want your stuff. You just said that I don't want his stuff.
That's two totally different scenarios.
Well, let me spin it back to what I'm saying. If you asking him about anything, his privacy stuff, anything, and he tell you no, which you will be like, okay, that's fine.
No, I already told you no. That's not fine. Tobias said it earlier. It becomes okay when you just say, yeah, of course you can have it if you want it. And that should be good enough. Like, that's good enough for me. If I ask you up front, do you think that it's okay for us to have each other's stuff? And you say, yeah, that's fine, and we both agree upon that, then yeah, that's ultimately should be good enough. So would you agree
upon every, I'm just asking.
I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I haven't made it. God is still working on me. I haven't made it there yet. I have trust issues. I have trust issues. And so that's why I'm in the predicament that I'm in, probably because I do have trust issues, and I want to be in control I want to be in control. I want to be in control of everything dealing with Kayla, and according to you, when I go into marriage, I can't be in control of everything. We got to share the control, and that's going to be a problem.
It won't when you get married. It ain't going to be no problem when you get married.
Okay. All right. Tanisha said you should be able to come to a common ground and hear each other out and work something out that you both agree on.
It's going to take both. It ain't no I don't agree, I agree.
But do we stop the wedding from going forward because we're in marriage counseling?
This on y'all. We can't tell you, Katie, you better stop the wedding. You better not stop the wedding. This gotta be between you two. Everybody's different.
This is making my head hurt a little bit. I'm y'all just pray for me because I feel like when it's the time for me to think like that, I will. But right now,
you will.
I feel like I should. If you ask me for my stuff, I should be able to say, of course you can have it, but I just don't think you should ask me. I think you should have your own little section over here in the corner. I have my own little section in the corner. We have
married or just in a relationship?
Both. Kendall said Kayla got a control spirit.
Kendall, you know your friend, don't you, Kendall? Yeah.
I can agree. I do. I just want to know everything that's going on in my life and in my household. I just want to know. Like, I don't want to be surprised by nothing. I don't want to go into the bank account and think, I see a keyboard over there that I want to buy for Bailey. And when I go in there and try to buy it, it don't go through because my husband done went in there and bought a guitar that he didn't tell me about.
No, that's when you...
And I don't check my account that often, so...
But see, like, no.
So that's why I feel like in the joint accounts, you gotta do that.
No.
Baby, I bought this today. I spent $100 and some dollars today.
You will see, like, we'll see it. You will see it. When our stuff set up where it come to our phones, I don't care if we spend $2, it's gonna come straight to our phone. But at the same time, if you're on, like Steve know me, I know Steve. We, as far as how the bill said, now he don't pay he don't go and he just a provider. You know what I'm saying? So I the one wreck my brain like, okay, this do this day, this do that day, whatever. He just provides. You know what I'm saying? So he knows that the bills are automatically gonna be, it's all about as far as communication, as far as that you don't have to say, well, can I buy this? Because we automatically know what's in the account, what we can do and what we cannot do. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go and purchase something $400-500 and I know that we really can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about being smart at the same time. You definitely don't need to marry somebody dumb that's seeing what's going on in the account and then just gonna go overdraft. No. Now that's gonna be grounds for divorce.
We're going to court. Dominique said, I can agree to a certain degree, Kayla, but you must learn to compromise and trust your partner.
Dominique, say it like your man, Dominique.
And then Kendall said, yes, Dominique, I agree. To Dominique and Kendall, let me explain this to you. And I agree, Dominique Simmons. Wait a minute. Everybody ain't gonna jump on Kayla today. Y'all say this is real talk. We gonna be for real. These are my sentiments. These are my thoughts. These are my concerns. I don't think that if I'm in that predicament that I'm going to automatically say I don't trust you. It's just that I do have control issues. I do want to know. I'm a knower of all things. I want to know what's going on in my bank account. I don't want you to just be able to go in and get something and I don't know about it. I even if we got a joint account,
issues. You just
I do have. I don't.
That's what. Okay,
y'all making it look bad.
No. Let me tell you what
my husband probably watching this show and he probably like, I ain't gonna
marry her. No, it's not that you wouldn't. I really in my heart know that when the Lord send you your husband, that you gonna do the right thing. It's just now, like you said, you have to just honest. You have trust issues right now. That's why your mind frame and your mindset is set up the way it is now. That doesn't mean it's going to be like that then.
Right.
But it's just set up like that now. And that's your feelings. That's just how you feel right now. But I'm just saying, that's all it is. You just have trust issues at the time. So, but when the Lord sends you your husband, you're going to be on a different ball game.
Dominique said, I do too, and I'm nosy. But when you learn better, you do better. And Dominique, I'm on the road to learn better. So I'll do better once I learn better. I can agree with that. I don't know. I am speaking on just what I know and what I feel. I can't speak on anyone else's accounts. But I just feel like what's mine. I don't want to sound like that because I do believe that you should share stuff. I do think that you should share stuff, but I just feel like it's to an extent.
I mean,
I can't explain it, so I'm going to read this comment. And Kayla, there is nothing wrong with that, but the couple needs to have sense. What you mean, Tanisha? What do you mean the couple gotta have sense? What are you saying?
Sense as far as spending, they can
go
spend
okay.
Like what I had just explained.
Okay, I got you.
You just have to have sense to know. Well, look, I can't do this right now. We got this, that, and the other coming up. That's why you have to have that communication as far as bill wise and stuff like that. But what's coming up and stuff like that, so you will know what you can do and what you cannot do. You know what I'm saying? But if you have to like Tanisha said, it's all about the communication.
Okay, so
and
you said Steve is the provider, and you make the deposits, not deposits.
Yeah,
pay the bills.
Yeah.
Okay, so Steve decides he want to go and buy something with the account. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know what's going on the bill side.
Yes, he do.
But you just said he don't.
He don't pay the bills. He don't have anything to do with the bills, but he knows.
So do you have to tell him, okay, Steve, all the bills paid now? Woo woo.
No, because he know when and what time of the month that any of the bills are due.
So he does.
It's all about the communication. Now he don't pay anything. As far as
physically calling or physically.
Right.
Okay.
He don't do any of that. But at the same time, he still knows when and what's due and when it's due. So he knows what to, when to spend and what to, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So he ain't finna, a lot of men do go and pay the bills on their own, but most men leave that up to that woman. That they the provider, hey, here go the money, you go do what needs to be done.
So ultimately, I feel like on this topic of, she asked, was there such thing as too much, not enough privacy and all of this in a marriage? And as you can see, I don't really know.
Kendall said you will look up once you're married. She will, Kendall. She'll have a whole change of heart when she be married.
Stephanie said, hey, Steffi. She said, Kayla, that's the moment where Steven trusts Toya. It's all about the communication. And obviously, every relationship, period, is based on and centered on communication. Nothing can work without having effective and effective communication. Whatever kind of relationship it is, period. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I do know that. I do have enough sense to know that communication is key. A lot of relationships, marriages, everything fall apart because they haven't learned how to communicate. They haven't learned how to communicate with one another, no matter whether they're married or in a relationship or whatever. A lot of things fall apart because of lack of communication. But I feel like because we know this, like she said, when you learn better, you do better. You know. So
okay, let me answer Tanisha. Tanisha said, will there be a problem when the bills are paid and someone spends too much of what's remaining? It wouldn't be a problem because it's our money. If we don't have, it's no limit on what I can spend or what he can spend. It's our money. So if the bills are paid, we good to do whatever else we want to do with the, with the remaining of the money. But at the same time, me and Steve, we have sense enough not to just go broke trying to splurge. So, personally myself, it wouldn't be a problem in our house.
So let me ask you this: if Steve were to decide,
if Steve decided to go get a guitar, tomorrow, and all of our bills are paid,
you wouldn't care.
No,
you wouldn't say nothing.
No, I never have, and he never. If I go spend money, he never. We don't. No, it wouldn't be a problem at our house.
I got the agree with.
He's smiling. He's smiling.
She ain't lying.
It's not, and I don't think it should be I don't know how some of the other married couples run their houses, but it shouldn't be a limit, especially if you took care of home first. I just don't think it should.
We got an app last Friday.
Right.
On the spur of the moment.
Exactly. I'm glad he said that. At the spur of the moment, I was on the phone with Steve. I'm at work, and somebody called him about an amp. Hey, I'm going to get this amp. He gone. I didn't have a problem with that. I would have.
But he told you he was going to get the amp before he went and got there.
He said that because we was on the phone because he was telling me what the other person had called him and told him. So we was on the phone on the conversation. Now, had Steve got the amp and still hadn't told me and I came home to see an amp in the house, it wouldn't have been a problem. Why should it have?
You can't look over the fact that he still respected you enough to tell you that.
Because we were on the phone.
I think he would have told you regardless. He would have told you regardless.
You're not finna spend it. We was on the phone at the time and on my lunch break. Now, had I not been on lunch break and he went and got the amp and I came home and seen the amp, it still wouldn't have been a problem. It's our money. No, even if it was my pay week, because we get paid on separate pay weeks. Even if it was my pay week and it wasn't his pay week, it's our money still. So I feel like that if he wanted to go get an amp, all our bills is paid. You go do whatever you feel like you want to do. Because if I want to go get something, he always encouraged me, you don't never go shop. You don't never go do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on the persons and the relationship and the communication you have with each other.
God is still working on me right there because Lord knows, Jesus. Ooh. Hey, Miss Carol.
Dominique said, as women, we need to learn how to let a man be a man.
What does that mean, Dominique? What do you mean let a man be a man? What are you talking about? Help me out. I ain't crazy, Tanisha. I'm just trying to let y'all see that it's a different side to this thing. I'm just trying to let y'all see. I'm just being honest and being for real. I haven't gotten there, but maybe it is. Maybe it's going to take me to get in that situation for me to change my mind about it. But right now, I want control of all of my assets, and I want to know what's going on. Can you get my card if you ain't got no money in your bank account? And we ain't got no money in our joint bank account? Yes, baby, you can have my card, and you can go and get you some gas, get you something to eat today. But when you come home, put my card back in my wallet.
Because, let me tell you something. If he ain't got no money in his account, y'all ain't got nothing in y'all joint account. Y'all might well just join together and just make one.
It's a reason why this account is full and that one ain't. Because obviously you
what
spend
about the middle account though?
Well, we had to pay the bills with the middle account. So I'm just saying I don't mind you using my bank account. I don't mind you going to use my card. I don't mind you doing that. But I gotta know before you do it.
Steve said, now this is true. Steve said, I feel that she can go get whatever she want and don't have to tell me as long as she had common sense to not to go get a car. She already got one.
Well, yeah. I guess it's a matter of knowing how far to go.
I tried that car thing. I wanted that 2019 Maximum, y'all. Steve ain't never told me now. Listen.
You just got a car.
Steve never. When I say he has never, ever told me no before, that hurt my feelings some kind of bad on all kind of levels.
Dominique said, we're so accustomed to being alone. We always want to run everything. Sometimes we need to sit down and shut up. Well, look at there. Look a goddamn there.
Come on, preacher. You done spoke or something.
Dominique, I agree. And Tanisha said right here, that, hold on 1 second. My battery's going dead. Tanisha said, it will, especially when you're used to being independent, it will take some time. And Tanisha, I think that's the issue with me. I'm so used to doing it by myself. I'm so used to doing everything on my own. I'm so used to that's just what I'm accustomed to.
But it'll change because Steve will tell you, Kayla, I was the same. Steve, am I lying?
What did you say? Say it again.
I was the same way. I was independent.
Jonah said, "Talk, Steve."
I was the same way. I was I was independent. I didn't depend on.
I'm gonna tell y'all like Daddy Matthew said. Daddy Matthew said, "Keep thinking y'all don't need a man."
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. No. I never, ever think that by no means do I ever think that I don't need a man. No, I'll never say that. That's not true. I'm just so used to.
Now, we're talking about the independence part.
Yeah.
Like, I was
I was going to say,
I was so independent, like, where I used to work 2 jobs all the way from 17 years old. I mean, for such a long time, I was so independent. I didn't want, when Steve used to be like, try to do, this was before marriage, do stuff. I'm like, I got it, I'm good. I'm good because I was so used to doing it myself, by myself, only with the help of my mom. That was it. I was so independent. So it took me a while to kind of open up and start depending on, and it's still good to have your dependency to a certain extent, because if something happened, like Steve tell me, get on me all the time. You need to learn how to do this. It's like, I'll watch him, I'll pretend like I'm, learning how to change the tire and stuff like that.
So I can do all that.
So, I can do it, but I just have him to do it for me. But I can do it, but, like stuff like that, stuff that men supposed to do, they're supposed to do. I used to just, be like, I do it myself, but I've always been like that. But it'll change. Trust me, it'll definitely change.
Stephanie said, Kayla, I used to have the same issue with trying to control every move. I am used to being alone, and it can be hard sometimes because everything has my name on it. I've done it alone, and that's completely true. I guess I'm just used to. Now, I can honestly say this. I haven't always done it by myself because it's real talk. I shacked up for what? How long was I shacking? 13 13, maybe like 3 or 4 years, maybe. And I didn't have to do anything. He did just about everything. My money was my money. He paid everything. So it's not that I don't have that exposure to let a man be a man, Dominique. I know how to allow a man to be a man. I watched my mama. And my mama is the epitome of letting a man be a man, because when she could do it, she still allowed him to do it. So I have the examples. I've been in a situation. It's just now where I am right now in my life. Again, I've been in the position where I allowed the person that I was with to be the man of the household. And he was the man of the household. But now where I am right now, it's just like I've got so I have to do it myself. So I'm just like changing tires. Of course, I can knock that out in 15-20 minutes. You know, like I'm so used to having to do it myself that even the other day I was putting some air in my tire and a guy tried to help me and I'm like, nah, I'm straight. Like, you don't think I can do this? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, nah, I'm just trying to help you because it's raining out here, silly. So, it's just an issue that I have right now. I haven't always had this issue. It just came with, I don't know, whatever. Jonas said, in most cases, being too independent will run a man off. And Jonas, I've heard this. I've heard this recently, actually, that, you know, being too independent and too, I don't need you, I'm good. It makes a man feel like they're not needed. And men, and even women, everybody wants to feel needed. Like, nobody wants to be in a relationship where the other person just don't need you. Like, I'm just here because I'm here, basically. And they really don't. They can live without me. Nobody wants to feel that. Everybody wants to feel like that person that they're madly in love with can't live without them. And that's just
right. And truth. That's true, because there was a real big thing, like I said, with me, because way back, 19 years ago, I was the same way. I used to be like, okay, I don't need you for nothing. I done did this by myself. I got this by myself, you know, and that does not make a man feel good. That, well, okay, well, dog, you know, because I want, as me as a woman, I want him to make me feel like I'm needed and I'm wanted. So vice versa, that man is gonna want you to make him feel like that he's needed and he's wanted. Even if you can do it yourself, allow him to be that man. So I was guilty of that. I was totally guilty of that. Well, I don't need you for nothing. I can do this myself. I work 2 jobs. Ain't nothing you can get me that I can't get myself. That's nothing, you know, and if it was vice versa, and if that man telling us that, we wouldn't feel too good either. So, I mean, like she said, each party in the relationship want to feel needed to one another.
Yeah. Kendall said, I was the same way. I was so independent. I made it seem like I didn't need him, but I had to let that go and let my husband be my husband and take care of what needs to be taken care of. I was independent 5 years before my husband with the help of no one. Being married and letting someone else take care of something is just an adjustment. And Kendall, I completely, I see that in you because I know you, and I agree with what you said. I just feel like once I get to that point, I'll be able to, you know, do that. Dominique said, I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying as women, we used to doing everything, and when it's offered, it's rejected. And that's the truth. I have an issue with that. I offer to pay literally for my own stuff on a date and argue with you about it for about 5 minutes. Like, seriously. Ultimately, I really want you to pay, but just to show me you're a gentleman. But I'll let you see that I'm fine whether you pay or not. I mean, and that's not the best thing to do, especially if he has it and he's offering. No, of course it's not the best thing to do. But I think it's a problem with me with trying to show that I'm not here for your money. Like, I don't need your money. I think that's my issue. Like, I just don't want you to think that I'm here trying to rob you blind or just here because you got money or just here because of what you can do for me. I'm here because I want to enjoy your company. So I think that I just got to learn how to do that in a different way without seeming or coming off to be. Y'all hoping me. Jonah said everybody wants to feel needed and appreciated. Kayla is coming, just don't run him off. Jones, I probably already ran him off, to be honest. Nah, I'm not that bad, though. Of course, everything's going to be exaggerated a little bit here. I'm really not that bad. I know how to allow the man to be the man, and so much to the fact that if he doesn't have it, I've been on a date, like, because we were in a relationship, and he didn't have it, and I gave him the money before we got out the car just so he could pay for it when we got on the inside. To make him look like, even if he didn't still feel like, you know, just
to make it look
like he's the man, he's this, he's that. I do that. I'm very selfless. I'm not selfish at all, but it's just that I have to get to that point with a person. You know?
Dominique said, "Girl, you go on a date and argue about the check. We're gonna have to have a meeting after this broadcast."
Dominique, but I literally argued with him, and this was recently. Like, I was like, nah, I got my own. He was like, what? That's stupid. You know, but that's the truth. And of course he let me know, because he was the blunt person that he was like, don't ever do that. Like, I don't care if it's me or anybody else, don't ever tell a man you got it yourself. Like, don't do that, because either one, it's gonna run him off, or two, it's gonna make him more attracted to you for the wrong reason. If his mind is messed up.
She paying, so I'm gonna get some of them. Then I'm gonna get some of that money. If his mind ain't in the, you know,
right?
Like she could be my sugar mom,
right? So you know, I learned my lesson with it. No, Kayla, let him pay. The man, no, you're not just using him. Just let him be a man. Stephanie, you're right. But that's why I said, y'all, it's real talk. That's why I said I'm being honest and vulnerable here. That's just real talk. Pride is a big thing it's in my DNA. Like, literally, it's in my DNA. But
it'll break, because it was in mine back then. So it'll break.
Yeah.
It'll break.
Kayla, you crushed his ego. He left going home feeling useless. Actually, he didn't feel useless because he broke it down to me, and I was like, okay, whatever. He ended up paying, so he wasn't useless at all. The Lord's still working on Kayla. Help right now, God. Lord, please help me. But you know what, y'all? I'm really not that bad. I just don't want you to think that I'm trying to use you. You probably crushed him by doing that. Jonas, I didn't. I did. It wasn't a big old stop to these praying hands. It wasn't a big argument. It was just like, I was cool with paying for myself. That's all. I was like, when they brought the tickets or whatever, they was like separate or one check. He was like, one check. And I was like, well, I can pay for my own. You know, even though it was out of order for me to do that. But I don't know. I just have to learn how to better project that I'm here for you and not for what you can do for me. And I think that living in a society where I'm watching women talk about, I'm getting his money, I think that...
I don't know, cause nowadays these men be trying to get them women money.
What?
They ain't too many be working and all that type of stuff no more. They want to sit around and dig around and don't work and sit at home while the women go to work and don't do nothing. So
and then that's what he said to me. He was like, you have to be careful with these jokers. Like, it's gonna either push a man off or make him attracted to you for the wrong reason. I learned my lesson with it. I never did it again. So I learned.
Yeah. You get some breakfast in bed and stuff like that. You know.
Oh, now she's going into a whole nother story. Dominique said, Vivian, I know she didn't get this from you. We don't do Dutch or whatever it's called. No, because my mom allows my dad to be the man. That's just that on that. It doesn't matter. She allows him to be the man wherever they are. I don't care if my mom may have
you ain't even got to say that, because she spoke for herself.
Oh, Lord.
She said, no, she don't get that from my mother. I let my husband be the man all the time.
And she does. That's what I'm saying, Mama. Literally, I did not get that from my mama. I got that from my daddy's blood. Like, they're all prideful. We're all prideful. But no, my mama allows my daddy to be the man, and he's the man, and she, to this day, they've been married. It's about to be 40 years next year of marriage.
Gonna be just like them.
And yep, I ain't gonna make it to 40 years, because I'm gonna be 80 when I get married. I ain't gonna have it a good 10 years now. But yeah, so trust me, I did not get that from my mama. She lets my daddy be the man, and I know the right way to do it is just that. Like I said, I've done it before, but right now where I am, I'm trying to learn to go back to where I was. Tobias said, hold on, wait a minute. Jonas said, it's not a date if you're paying. Come on now, Kayla.
That's right. That's right, Jonas. You tell the truth. Now,
I learned. I learned, Jonas. I offered that one time, and that was it. I'm telling you, y'all, I learned my lesson. It was the first date, and I just wanted him to know that I'm not here for your money. I could have just verbally said that and been done with it, but it's just how it happened. I'm being honest. Tobias said, watch this. If you want to show him that you don't want him for his money, let him pick up the check and a woman can leave the tip. What message does that convey? I'll let you lead, but I got your... Tobias, thank you. You have helped me. I've learned. I'm good for the night.
I can't even say nothing.
It says, I will let you lead, but I got your back if you need me. And that's the whole message that I've been trying to convey, and I've just been doing it the wrong way. So now that makes a lot more sense to let him do what he does. But, I'll leave a tip, so to let you know, I'm not here for your money. I got my own money, but without being rude, if that makes sense about it. That makes a lot of sense, Tobias. That makes a whole lot of sense. That helped me. That really did help me. That helped me. For real. I ain't even lying. Let me screenshot this real quick, because that really did. Dominique said, if all she want is his money, he must not have anything else to offer. And she sound crazy. Dominique, it's a lot of women out here who just do, or a lot of people, like she said, men too nowadays, who are just going after... Listen, there are a lot of people who are with people because of they can provide for them or they can give them monetary possessions. Let's not act like that's not happening, because we all know someone in that predicament. I'm pretty sure we do, some kind of way. So it's just life. That's just the truth. There are people out here who do use people for their money, and I just don't want anyone to ever think that I'm that person, because I'm not. Jonas said, first date or the 50th, that's a no-no. And you're right.
Yep.
You're absolutely right. Tobias and Jonas, it means a whole lot coming from men to hear that. And I'm gonna get myself together.
She tore up, y'all. She tore up for real.
I am.
She real tore up, y'all.
I'm told. No, but for real,
y'all, she lit. Tobias, you done told my cousin up. She finna cry.
I'm not gonna cry. But I'm serious though. That's something that I've been working on. So that makes a lot of sense. Y'all stop laughing at Toya. It's not funny. I'm not gonna cry. But it was some really good insight. Like I said, everybody's here to help everybody. It's not just about Toya and K Marie. I get helped every single time we have a conversation. I really do. I get help every time. It's always something that I can identify with in my own life. So lesson for the day is Stephanie said, my dad taught me to leave the tip when a man pays, or just let him leave the tip.
Yeah, what we gonna do with it? I'm sick of...
Lesson, I've learned my lesson. So the lesson for the day is, even though we initially started talking about in relationships, should you have access to everything? Like, is there a level of privacy that you should keep and maintain, or individuality that you should maintain, or whatever? And everybody but me has come to the consensus that everything is everything. There's no more privacy. There's no more anything. It's just, once you're one, you're one. Tanisha said, I learned a lot. Job well done. Thank you, Tanisha. This the whole point. That's the whole point. Even if it wasn't about the one subject that you learned about, it was something else that was said that helped in another area. Which is why we allow ourselves to venture off and not just stick to one little part of that subject or what the initial thing was, because you just never know. We didn't know we were going to be talking about this. We thought we would be talking about something else by now. Right. So, you know, I appreciate this platform because you all help me more than you know. People that some of you I don't even know. I've never seen you before in my life. But you know, I think God allows everything to happen for a reason.
He do.
And with that, you have any more words, Toya?
No.
I had to screenshot that message to Tobias and Jonas. I really appreciate y'all. Dominique, thank you for your comments as well.
Thank everybody. She thanking the men so much for their insight because it's kind of different when it comes from me, you know, from the man point of view, because us a lot of women, well, us women we wasn't on the same page. Most of us wasn't on the same page as Kayla. So it's good when you have somebody that's friends and family that's gonna just tell the truth and not just jump on your side because you're family or you're friends. Well, okay, I feel like you're right. No, when you love somebody, you tell them the truth, and a lot of times the truth get a little sticky, you know. So, but it's all in love. It's all in love.
Kayla, take all this input and put that pride in your pocket. Trust me, Jonas, I have learned. Prior to tonight, I have learned to put my pride. It ain't even in my pocket. I left it in the car. Like,
yeah, she gonna be asking to go to Ruth Chris and everywhere. They gonna be like, "Dog, you eating big girl food."
A big one. When a man truly loves and sees a future with you, nothing can stop him from being with you and making you the happiest woman in the world. If he doesn't truly love you and see a future with you, nothing you can do can change that or make him feel otherwise. Screenshot, and I will post it on my Facebook page in just a second. That's really big. That
Jonas, you done told her up. Between you and Tobias, I don't know. Come here.
I'm not crying, y'all. She just visual.
Oh, she'll cry.
I am a crybaby, but I'm not crying now.
Oh, Lord.
Jonas, that's really, really, really big. Even though I'm gonna leave that alone. That's really big. And you're so right. And so with that being said, whether I have to pay for dinner or not, if he truly loves me and want to be with me, that ain't gonna run him away, right? Is that what you're saying?
That ain't what he said.
I'm just saying. I just had to throw that in there. I just had to throw that in there, Jonas. I get it. I completely get it. So we have a few. You can keep that up just in case. I'm gonna read off.
Yeah, I pray for my throat. Pray that I go make it to work in the morning because I'm not feeling too good.
That's just like us. I already planning not to feel good tomorrow. So y'all, with all that's being said. Of course, you all know that our executive producer and everything, our manager. That's what I just call him.
Yes, our manager
for booking us. Contact him. No, I'm just kidding. But y'all, Stephen Q.
We're gonna make
Lewis.
it to the Steve Harvey show. We're gonna go everywhere. Steve gonna have us everywhere. Y'all looking for us on the Steve Harvey show one of these days.
Yeah, so what we're trying to get to is he's such an awesome and talented creature. He's so talented and he's so smart. I'm not just saying that because he's my cousin-in-law, but he really is. He's a genius behind everything that he does.
And we can brag, you know. He never brags about himself.
That's the thing.
That's what I love. Oh, when I tell you that's what I love about him so much. Steve never brags about himself. He know he got, when I say he's multi-talented, he got talented after. He's very, very, very talented on so many levels. And you would never, ever, ever hear or see Steve bragging about himself.
No.
But his wife will. I'm going to toot that horn for him. But, you know, he never brags about himself. And when and he don't have to because God do the speaking for itself. So with that being said, go ahead. Which
all right. So with that introduction, I was just going to let you all know that the Malone Project, which is Church House Radio, has made the first round of the voting ballot for the Stellar Award.
Yeah.
Y'all, so this, if you don't know, Steve, you're on TDNS Pro now. So go back on the page, like it, share it, and love it. He has his own internet radio show that comes on, and there are a lot of other shows as well. Yep. Jonas, hey, I knew you from somewhere. So they're in the category of Internet Station of the Year. And they are asking, and we are asking everybody to support our own. If we don't support our own, nobody's going to support our own. Everybody else everywhere else is supporting their own. So we might as well come together, support our own, and vote. Go to www.thestellarawards.com. We want Church House Radio to bring home this Stellar Award because I'm traveling to the Stellars next year, and I want to say I know the winner. Okay?
Exactly. And even if, but we're speaking of winning. But even if they don't, this is a really big deal for them to even get in the first round.
Yeah.
I mean, it speaks volumes. I mean, a lot of people that's been doing it for a long time haven't even got in a round, period. So, I mean, just vote. But I am excited. I'm so happy for everybody on TDNS. I'm hot, Lord have mercy. I'm trying to say Church House Radio online. I'm just so excited. I'm just so happy for everybody that's on the whole entire team. Erica Malone. I don't really want to call out nobody's name because I'm sorry I did, but I don't want to keep going with everybody else's name because I don't want to miss nobody. But it's the whole online radio team.
Okay, and so everybody, www.stellarawards.com and vote. Is it unlimited voting, Steve? Unlimited voting. Vote.
On which one?
For yours, for the GTA award.
The GTA, I think that's unlimited as well. Yeah.
Okay. So, also, Steve Lewis has been nominated for 2019 Online Radio Host of the Year. Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Now, go to www.GTA Awards, that's G as in girl, T as in Tom, A as in Apple, awards.com. And vote for Steve Lewis. And we're going to also vote for our brother Jonas as well. So y'all make sure that we show up in big numbers and support our own. That's a big problem with us, period, voting. We think somebody else going to take care of it. My little one vote does not matter. It does matter.
To envy the vote. Don't, just vote. Just go and vote. I know if I can play the game half of the night and, and be getting those free lives and stuff for 2 or 3 hours, I can vote for, constantly vote. So, I mean, just go vote. Support our own. Everybody come together and let's just bring it home.
Bring it home. I'm excited about this. So, y'all, that's the GTA Awards, voting for Steve and for our brother Jonas. And then on the Stellar Awards, they are nominated for radio.
The online radio
station.
Mm-hmm. They made the first round ballot.
That. So, thanks, Sagma. And didn't they say Sagma? I thought it said Sagma. Yeah, Jonas and my brother and I are in the same category. If I don't win, we're still winners.
That's it. Right there. I ain't even gonna say nothing. John.
Listen, they can open up a whole other can of worms.
Yes,
he said, my brother and I are in the same category. If I don't win, we're still winners together because we're building the kingdom. Y'all, I'm going to say this and we're going to get off here.
Go ahead on and speak a word.
Okay. So, what he just said was so relevant and so good because a lot of people are in such competition, but it is hidden competition.
God,
so we're gonna get on out here. We're gonna act like we're supporting this person and supporting that person, but deep down within, you know, we really don't want this person to excel. So we're going to push these people, but we're going to say we supporting this person, but we ain't really showing no proof in supporting it. Y'all, that has
here you got somebody in the same category against one another. And is willing to boost each other up regardless who win. We in the same category, but whoever win, we both are still winners.
Wait a minute, Jonas. Let me hold on, Jonas. You don't know you don't know me. You don't know who I am. I don't brag about who I am and what I do, but I can inbox me. No, I did say it right. I knew I said it right.
You said something, man. What you said?
I said Sigma. I said it right. But what I'm saying is Jonas don't know me. He don't know what I do. He don't know me. So I love you, Jonas. I'm gonna be voting for you and Steve. I'm gonna go vote for you and go vote for Steve. But inbox me and I tell you what I do. Yeah, but what she said was it's basically what Steve just said is no jealousy. Y'all, all of that underlying and it shows.
Yeah, and then
you're trying
that like right here, like, what's up, bro? What's up, sis?
And the more that you're trying to overly show that you're not hating and not jealous, it just shows more. Mm-hmm. So it'd be best to just go sit down somewhere, like for real, like it take a seat, a bench or a pew. Just go sit down. Stop. It's enough room for everybody. We're here, as Jonas said, to build the kingdom. It's all about kingdom building. I say this all the time. Kingdom work. Kingdom work.
He gonna inbox you because you got him nervous.
Jonas, I can actually help you a little bit, to be honest. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I ain't kidding, but I am kidding. But yeah, it's all about building the kingdom.
Together.
It's all about building the kingdom. There's enough room for everybody. There's enough room for everybody. There's enough production that can be done. There's enough music that needs to be done. There's enough singers that need to be needed. There's enough room for everybody. So there's no need. There's no need to throw shade or hate on nobody else for doing the same thing that you're doing or whatever, because you're not where they are today. I mean, you just never know, and you never know when you're gonna need somebody.
And support is big because you never know when you need someone else's support. You know, just support. I mean, ain't nothing wrong. You just never know.
Happy. And another thing, you gotta understand that God sees and He knows and He hears all. So if He can see me shouting and being happy and excited about what He's doing for Toya, that's just like with your children, right? Or my students. I can say my students. When one of them, were excited because of how good this other student did or what I did for this other student, it made me want to bless them a little bit more, because I'm like, man, I didn't even do nothing for them. And they're excited for their neighbor. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you got to understand that God smiles on that. We're a family. We're one big family.
Jonas said, well, he'll take you out there and he paying and leaving the tip. You off for Jonas? Let me see what she gonna say.
Jonas, let's go. I want the...
Where you going?
What's the most expensive restaurant? Ruth Chris ain't the most expensive. Flight or something. Is Flight still open?
I don't think so. I get you a couple of them steaks. They about $79.
Okay, Jonas. All right, we're going out to eat, and you paying and leaving the tip. And I want a sweet tea. I don't want no water with lemon.
I told you she was going to get expensive.
I genuinely support Steve 100%. When he hosts an event, I'm always there and I'm always acknowledging him. And that is how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be, y'all. We're one big family in the kingdom. Got Big Jesus, Big Brother, and we got our Father. And that's it. These are our sisters and brothers.
And that's what I respect so much about Steve and Jonas. Not saying that other people don't support and they don't support each other, but I'm speaking of those two, because whenever Steve go live, on his show on Wednesday nights, Jonas always share, and support, and they do the same thing. And whenever Jonas go live, Steve shared. They do the same thing, but you got so many people nowadays that's literally, they does the same thing, but they don't support each other. They act like they happy for one another, but it shows.
It shows.
It really shows.
And again, trying so hard to say that you're not hating or not jealous, to overly express that, is just making it so clear.
Yeah.
It's just making it so obvious of where your heart really lies, and it shouldn't be that way. I'm praying for, let's pray over all those spirits of jealousy and hatred, and not even so much of that, but envy, because I'm not where you are yet, or because I didn't get offered this position, or I didn't get offered.
You had my head down. I thought you went in prayer.
I was just speaking in general. That's why you look so like. Y'all can't stand.
You was already praying.
Nah, I was just saying we're in general.
You prayed last week. You prayed a good prayer last week.
Yeah, I got a little oil. I have a little oil on me. But yeah. So let's just continue to. And it does show. I thank God for discernment. Oh yes, sir. And that's one thing about it. God is never gonna leave His children ignorant. Never. Discernment is so. And guess what? You don't even have to try to.
You don't have to look for it. It just said, "Here I go."
Yeah. It just shows itself, but that's okay. I pray that God blesses each and every person who's feeling some kind of lack of self-esteem or lack of whatever it is that makes you envious of the next person. I pray that God fills the void in your heart and in your life, because there has to be something that needs to be filled or something that's missing when you can't be happy for your brother.
Yeah, so. Ebony, I was ready for that prayer. She had me thinking she talking about some let's pray. And I was ready, and she done fooled me.
Whatever. Yeah, so we're going to vote GTA Awards, Stellar Awards. We're excited about them making the first round. And Jonas, I do know a little bit about the Stellar Awards. And we're excited about that. So make sure we keep supporting each other, keep loving on each other, keep keeping God first. Right. And where we fall short, God is gonna be there to fill us up and pick us up. I fall short in a lot of areas of my life. I'm not afraid to say that. Of course, y'all just heard me speak my truth. But
it might not be the area you know
I fall short in. But there are those other areas where I am strong in. I can pray. I'm strong there. I have a relationship with Christ. I'm strong there. So we are. What? I don't know what Steve talking about.
Yeah, I think Steve done got sleep over there.
Don't y'all realize y'all been on almost 2 hours?
Yeah.
It's almost 2 o'clock.
I told y'all he done got sleep over there.
Y'all, good night. I gotta go get my child. Y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you. All of the comments, when I tell you, you all have helped me and you all have helped somebody else.
Yes, Jonas, we headed to the Stella. Don't you and Steve try to leave me, because I'm going.
I'm going too, and we're gonna go out to eat, and you gonna pay for the meal. Okay, all right. We love y'all. Y'all good night. Take care. Adios, and we'll see y'all next time.
Well, the clock on the wall say that's all. Bye.
Deuces, y'all.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is yours truly, Steve Guitar Man Lewis of Church House Online Radio, asking you to tune in to me each and every Wednesday night from 8 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Facebook Live with the Quartet Drive radio show. Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it right here at Church House Online Radio, playing nothing but the very best and great gospel quartet music. That's right, each and every Wednesday night right here live on Facebook. For all of you groups that want to get your music played, submit your music to me, Steve Guitar Man Lewis, by way of tdnsprodesign@gmail.com, or you can submit your music to 247gospelmusic@gmail.com. Ladies and gentlemen, spread the word. Tell a neighbor to tell a friend to tell 10 to tune us in right here on Facebook Live with the Quartet Drive radio show each and every Wednesday night, again from 8 o'clock p.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? right here on Church House Radio. Thank you so very much.